All right, Rick, what's happened?
Oh, come on, Dad. You're not going to take my license away from me, are you?
I'll give it back to you in a month.
That's not fair of you.
Rick, don't argue with me about this, all right? You were driving without a license. End of discussion. Come on.
It's a back door. I'll get it. Hey, Rick, what's up?
Hi.
Hi, Dr. Bell.
Philip, come on in. And Rick, I'm still waiting.
All right.
You'll get this back 1 month from today. And in the meantime, I don't want to see you behind the wheel of a car, right?
Don't worry, you won't.
Thank you. See you later.
He grounded you, huh?
Yep. Sorry. Don't worry about it. It's not your fault.
Yeah, I know. I just can't figure it. You know, every time I try to do something right, I just end up causing problems.
Hello? I'm here. May I speak to Quentin, please?
It's for you. It's Rebecca.
Amanda!
What's wrong? I think he's dead.
And now, the award-winning Guiding Light. This portion is presented by Safeguard for...
Amanda, you can stop worrying. He's still alive.
Thank God. What could have happened here?
I don't know. I'd like to know what he's doing up here.
Mark, it's Amanda. It's all right. I'm here now.
Oh, what happened?
Well, we don't know. Ross and I just got back from the airport. I came up here to change, and... Mark, I don't think you should move yet.
No, I'll be all right. If my head ever stops throbbing.
Well, Mark, what happened?
Did you fall or what?
What were you doing up here in the first place?
I looked up at the house, and I noticed some lights were going on and off, so I decided I'd come up and see if someone had broken in. And when I walked into Amanda's room, somebody hit me on the head.
Ross, there could be somebody in the house right now. Would you check it out, please?
Yeah, all right. I'll go downstairs, take a look. I'm going to call the police then first.
What was that?
Oh, no, take a look. Jennifer.
Ross, what happened?
Oh, I'm all right, Jennifer. I'm all right.
Apparently, Mark walked in on a burglar, and he hit him over the head.
A burglar? When did this happen?
Well, after Mark saw lights going on and off up here. Jennifer, weren't you with him when he saw the lights?
Well, no, I've been down at the cottage all day.
Mark, didn't you say that you were at the cottage when you saw the lights going on and off?
What difference does it make where Mark was? The important thing is that he could have been killed.
It's all right, Amanda. I'm all right. I don't believe I actually said where I saw the lights going on and off from, Ross, but the fact is I was on my way up the main drive when I saw them going on. I was on my way home to Jennifer. Does that answer your question?
It does for the moment.
How do you feel?
I have a whale of a headache.
I'll get you some ice.
Thanks.
Don't you go down there by yourself.
Jennifer, I'll go with you. I have to go downstairs, look around, and call the police.
Amanda, I think maybe you and I better go along with them if the intruder still is in the house.
Are you sure you're feeling up to it?
Yeah, I'll be fine if someone can just help me up.
All right.
Thank you. Come on.
Rebecca, is it really you?
I know what your reaction must be, Quentin.
But what happened?
I'm not sure. I don't know how it happened or why.
But when did it happen?
When I realized that I simply had to speak to you and tell you that I miss you, that I need you.
Well, I'm very happy for you, Rebecca. You must know that. It's wonderful.
Quentin, I'm frightened. You must come home to me.
I can't do that, Rebecca, not now.
But you must. I don't know what'll happen.
Don't start, Rebecca.
What does she want?
She wants me to come home now.
I tell her yes.
What?
I tell her you'll be home. Tell her yes.
Rebecca, I'll call you back momentarily.
No, don't hang up. You must come home.
Now, listen to me. I'll call you back in a minute. Now, goodbye. I know I should feel joy, but somehow
Oh, you should be home now.
Why? There's nothing I can do for her there. It's over.
But remember, you made a promise.
Yes, I remember. That once she was well, she'd be out of our lives. I haven't forgotten.
I think you should go home now. I think that would be... I'll stay here an extra week, and that way that you can get her out of our lives for good, so we can start our future together.
Is that what you really want?
Yes.
All right. All right, I'll call Mrs. Renfield and tell her I'll be coming home immediately.
And you'll be home tonight, and then she'll be out of our lives tomorrow.
You make it sound so simple.
Well, deciding is the hard part. Doing it is easy.
How could you? How could you do that to him?
Violet.
I demand an explanation of your actions.
Eavesdropping again.
Certainly not. Your door was wide open. I couldn't help overhearing what you said. Nola was right. You have been able to speak all this time.
No. I just found that I'm able to speak.
And so you have used your voice to lure Mr. McCord home and away from the woman
he loves. What Quentin and I had was love. What he has with this Nola, whatever, is certain.
He loves her very deeply. And she returns his love.
And I didn't. Is that what you're saying?
The relationship that you had with Mr. McCord and the results of it turned him into a man that I didn't even know.
But a better man. And don't you forget it. He won't.
You're wrong. He's already forgotten it. You're just something in his past. And now that he knows you're well again, he'll most certainly...
What? Throw me out on the streets to fend for myself? Turn his back on me and get on with his life? No. I think not. In spite of all his saccharine promises, Quentin will never dismiss me from his life. And we both know why.
Won't you ever forgive him for what happened that night?
Forgive him? For costing me 2 years of my life. For losing... Quentin is coming home this evening. I have to get ready.
Is that what he told you, that he was coming home? I got the impression that he hung up on you.
It doesn't matter. He'll come. He's never been able to stay away from me before. And now that I can speak, now that he knows that we can resume the kind of life we had together, there's no doubt in my mind he'll come back to me. Tonight, flying home to me, alone. You wait and see.
Remember? You did it for me, and I want you to know that I really appreciate it.
Get out of here. A lot of good it did, right? I mean, now that your dad's grounded you.
Well, even so, that's better than being pulled in for drinking and driving without a license.
Why? What happens?
You don't know?
I guess not.
You mean you went through all that and you don't know what would happen to me if I was caught behind the wheel when the cops pulled us over?
Well, I just figured they'd take your license away. And since your dad's already done that, chalk up another victory. Way to go, Phil, old boy.
Oh, come on, Phil. Don't be so hard on yourself. I mean, at least you tried to help.
Yeah, some help.
Hey, look, things aren't that bad. I mean, at least nobody pulled your license away from you.
You mean yet?
What are you talking about?
Well, Justin's still in Dallas. He doesn't know anything about this.
Do you think he's gonna come down pretty hard on you when he finds out?
You got any more dumb questions you want to ask?
Oh, come on, Phil. What's the worst thing that could happen?
I don't know. I guess, guillotine, Devil's Island, you know, something along those lines.
I don't know what's with you. Why do you automatically assume that Justin's gonna jump all over you about everything that happens?
Long years of experience.
Oh, you know damn well that's not true, because if he had jumped on you, you would have told me, and you never said anything about that type of thing.
Well, let's just say they take turns.
Oh, I get it. The whole world against Philip Spaulding.
I'm not asking for sympathy, Rick. I'm just trying to explain how it's been. I mean, all the time I'm going back and forth between these people. They make up their mind where I'm supposed to go, and boom, there I go. I mean, first with my mom. Stay with her for a while. And then she had to leave. So I go to Jackie and Justin's. And I stay there for a while, and who knows, now maybe Dad and Hope will want me, and I'll pack up and go over there.
Well, it's a good thing you got a lot of luggage.
Oh, boy, do I. Matched and monogrammed, and does it ever get used? At least at Lincoln Prep, I didn't have to worry all the time about who was going to want me from one week to the next. I knew, I mean, I was there. I didn't have to worry about how long I was going to stay before I got packed off someplace.
But you know, I don't really think they really had much choice in the matter.
Sometimes they did.
Come on, Phil, it's not like they shuttled you between people who didn't love you.
That's not the problem, Rick. I know they love me.
Then what is it?
I don't know. I love them. And I want to make them happy, all of them, every last one of them. It just doesn't seem to be in the cards.
Nola, won't you come back to Springfield with me? I know this is your vacation.
No, it would be better if you just went back alone. I really think that, because I know it isn't going to be easy for you to tell Rebecca to leave. So I think it'd be better on everybody if you went back alone.
All right, but you promised me to come home at the end of the week.
As soon as I know that Rebecca's gone, will you call?
Of course, every day.
Will you stop by the boarding house and see Stacy?
The very first thing, and I'll give you a full report.
Okay. Quentin.
Yes?
Do you remember before you left for Switzerland, you made a promise to me?
Yes, that as soon as Rebecca was well and out of our lives, that I would tell you the whole truth, and there would be no more secrets between us.
Right. I know you can't say anything right now, but I just want you to know that that promise is very important to us.
I realize that, and I fully intend on keeping that promise. Now, promise me something.
What?
That no matter what happens, you'll always love me.
I'll talk to you.
All right.
Bye.
Goodbye.
White. Quentin always did like white. I'm not the same woman you remember, Quentin. But I'll make you forget little Nola Reardon and every other woman who's ever passed through your life. Again, as I did before.
Any luck?
No, none at all. Lieutenant White has gone over every inch of the house and has come up with nothing.
Told you.
Well, whoever was in here heard us drive up and got away.
Possibly. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick look around the grounds. I'll be right back.
Ross, wait.
What?
Don't you think you should let Lieutenant Wyatt do that? I mean, if there is somebody out there, it could be dangerous.
Mother's right. I would feel a lot better if you left it up to him. With Maggie off tonight, I'm going to be alone in this house, and I really want the house to be checked out thoroughly.
Suppose you're right. I'm going to call Mike Bauer, though.
All right, go ahead.
How's your head? Can I get you an aspirin?
No, it's all right. I think I'm feeling better all the time.
Mike, Yeah, it's Ross. Well, I'm over at Amanda's. There was some kind of burglary, or at least an attempt, and anyway, Amanda and I came home and we found Mark Evans in an upstairs bedroom unconscious. Well, apparently he'd been knocked out by whoever it was. No, unfortunately, he did not get a look at him. Well, Lieutenant Wyatt is over here checking things out. I thought I should just let you know, though. Ah. Well, yeah, if you want to come over, that's fine. Sure, I'll see you in a few minutes then. Goodbye.
Mike is coming?
Yes.
I'm not sure I understand why we need a lawyer to investigate a robbery.
Amanda, you weren't robbed. We've gone over the whole house. Nothing has been moved.
Someone was in this house because Mark saw the lights going on and off.
Oh, I agree with that, yes. And I'm sure Mark does, too.
But somebody must have been trying to rob the house. I mean, why else would they want to get in here?
I don't know. Maybe Mike Bauer will give us the answers we're looking for.
Certainly have a lot of faith in Mike's abilities.
Yes, I do. And he offered to come over here, too. So we don't have to feel that we're wasting his time if anyone is worried about that. Is it possible when you came in that you simply left the front door unlocked and someone could have followed you in?
No, someone was in here before I came in.
How do you know that?
Well, as I told Ross earlier, I saw lights going on and off.
Well, what about Maggie? What time did she leave? Could have been.
No, it wasn't Maggie.
What makes you so sure of that?
Because if it had been Maggie, I would have found her when I came in here.
No, not necessarily. She might have gone out by the servants' entrance.
Just take my word for it wasn't Maggie.
You saw no sign of anyone?
None at all until I got hit over the head when I walked into Amanda's room, and I can assure you Maggie wouldn't have done anything like that.
Well, what were you looking for up there?
I was trying to find out who was in the house.
Yeah, well, that was a little foolhardy, don't you think?
Well, I didn't think so then. I think so now.
Why all the questions? You act as if Mark was the burglar. Why can't you just accept the fact that a burglar was in the house with every intention to rob me? Mark came along and scared him away.
Well, because, Miss Spaulding, by the time Mr. Evans came here, whoever was here would have been attempting to do whatever it was that they came here to do. There would have been some evidence of that. The drawers be open, or paintings off the walls, or silver out of the cabinet, something.
Look, I don't think what the burglar was doing or attempting to do is the point here. The point is someone broke in.
Well, I'd like to know how, because there's no evidence of it. And why would someone break in here if not to rob the place? What other motive would they have?
Well, it is possible that we're all missing the boat here someplace.
What do you mean?
Maybe they weren't after anything in the house. Maybe they're after you.
Me?
Yeah, there's nothing missing from the house. There's nothing wrong with the house. The only thing that happened is you were knocked unconscious. It's possible that there's somebody after you. Maybe you've got an enemy that you're not aware of.
How was your trip?
Oh, it's just fine. Where is, Philip?
I wanted to talk to you about that.
Why, something happened?
Well, don't be upset, because everything's all been taken care of. Philip was arrested last night for drunken driving, and he stayed all night in jail.
What?
It's not so bad. It wasn't his fault. You see, Rick Bauer was the one who was driving. He just was saying...
Wait a minute, just slow down. You're talking way too fast for me. Where is Philip right now? I want to get this story from him.
Justin, I haven't seen him since he's taken his final physics exam.
Is he all right?
Well, it wasn't an accident or anything. It was...
Does Alan know about this?
Yeah.
Well, maybe Alan got him out of jail right away. He's probably over at their house. Yeah, Hope? Yes, Justin. No, I just walked in the door. Evie told me. Yeah, look, is Philip there? I see. All right, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll try him over at Ed's. Yeah, well, thank God they're all right. I'll talk to you later, Hope. Goodbye.
Phil, you sure you're not hungry?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, you're passing up one big gourmet treat here. Peanut butter, jelly, and pickles. Dad, do you want me to get that? Dad? Well, somebody better get it before they hang up. Phil, you mind getting the phone?
Yeah, sure. Lou?
Yeah, Hope told me I'd probably find you there.
Justin? How's everything in Dallas?
It was fine. I'm home now.
Oh, then you didn't hear what happened.
Well, I think I've gotten the little pieces of it.
Yeah, I passed that test. Isn't that great? Now it's all straight shooting ahead. I enroll at school tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear it, but after what you went through last night, I'm surprised you could even see the questions on the paper, let alone answer them.
Oh, that.
Well, look, Evie started to tell me about it, and then Hope's given me a few details, but...
Well, everything is okay. I mean, there's no sweat. It's all squared away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, I'm alive, aren't I? And, I mean, there were no lasting problems.
Do you have your car with you now?
Yeah, sure, the car's fine.
I'm not interested in the car's health. What I wanted you to do is I want you to say goodbye to Ed and Rick, and I think you should get yourself home.
Well, Justin, Rick was just fixing us something to eat. I think
you can get something to eat here after we talk.
Okay. Can I ask you a favor?
You can ask.
Would you please not do a big number on me tonight? Because it's really been a long day.
Philip, I promise you, whatever you will face here tonight will not be as bad as what you went through last night.
Is that your way of reassuring me?
Philip, just come home as soon as possible, okay?
Well, is he, really angry at you?
Depends on what you mean by really.
You know, Ross, you really don't have to stay any longer. The police have satisfied themselves that nothing was stolen, and the house is secure now.
I know.
What is it?
I just find it very strange.
What do you mean?
I mean, all of Mark's story.
Why?
Well, Amanda, think about it. I mean, he thought he saw the lights up here go on and off. He thought there was an intruder. Then he comes up here and he thought he heard a noise. And we come up and we find him out cold on the floor of your bedroom.
I don't understand. What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that I do not buy his story. And I know it's the lawyer in me, but I don't know. None of Mark's story just doesn't wash.
How can you say that? You were here. You saw Mark. What are you implying, that he knocked himself out? And for what purpose?
Amanda, I don't know. All I know is that it doesn't ring true.
I believe him.
Well, it doesn't feel right to me.
Ross, you're suspicious by nature.
All right, suppose there was an intruder. Now, what could they be after nothing was touched? There's no evidence of forced entry at all.
Mark has a key.
The intruder have a key as well? Or did Mark come in here with someone? And when he heard us downstairs,
That's
they
enough,
had to do
Ross,
something.
really. I'm so fed up with everyone being so suspicious of Mark's motives. I couldn't believe the way the police harassed him. He was the victim, for God's sake, and you weren't much better, I must say.
I do not trust Mark Evans. It's as simple as that.
Well, I do. I believe him. If he said that's the way it happened, that's the way it happened. Would you do me a favor? Just leave it alone. It's over with. I just want to forget about it.
Why are you defending him?
I'm not defending him any more than I defend anyone who tried to do the right thing and suffered for it.
I think it's more than that.
Well, you're wrong. It isn't. Ross, I don't want to argue with you about this, all right? It's just some things you don't understand.
Well, explain it to me. I mean, I'm here. I'm willing to listen. Tell me what's going on.
I can't. There's nothing to tell. I appreciate your concern. You know I do.
Well, I'm always going to be concerned about you. You know that.
Yes, I do.
Look, we've been through a lot together. We have a lot more ahead of us. But as your friend, I know that something is bothering you. And I can't help you with it unless you tell me what it is.
I'm fine. Really, I am. Please believe that. Look, why don't you just go home and get some rest and be at the office bright and early tomorrow morning? LTA can't survive with exhausted partners.
All right. But if you change your mind and you want to talk, you call me.
I will.
You promise?
I swear it. Thank you for everything tonight. Good night.
Good night.
And Alan and I were arguing downstairs in the living room, and I thought that Philip was upstairs sound asleep. But then all of a sudden we heard the door slam, and then we looked for Philip, and he was gone. Alan said he probably needed some time alone, but then Justin called, and then Justin wanted to know where he was, so I thought I'd come over here and see if he's here.
Well, he was, but he went back to Justin. See, Justin called and asked him to come home, and he went.
Oh, good, I'm glad.
Oh, sit down. I'll get you some coffee.
Oh, I'd really prefer a cup of tea if you don't mind.
Tea. Okay.
Yes, thank you. I really need it. Thanks.
Listen, is there something more here that you're worried about?
I know it may sound crazy, but I don't really know. Ever since...
Philip came home?
Well, no, it's not that he's causing any trouble. It's just that Philip's living over at Justin's house, and Alan wants to make a home for him with us, so Philip...
Kind of caught in the middle.
Exactly.
Listen, Hope, maybe you should look at this from Philip's point of view. I know Phil real well, and he really isn't a bad guy.
I know that, Rick.
See, he tries to do what's right, but sometimes he makes mistakes in judgments. Right now, the problem is he just doesn't know what is right. Here you go.
Thanks, I'm glad.
Right about what?
Well, about a lot of things.
Yeah?
See, it's real hard for me to understand, so I try to look at it the way he does. See, I've always had a home to come to. I mean, sure, I've been away at school, but this is my home. I mean, it always has been for a long time and always will be. I mean, I know who I am and where I belong. Philip doesn't have that. You see, he's lived so many different places with so many different parents that he just doesn't know where he belongs. And he wants to be everything for everybody, but nobody can manage that. Listen, Hope, you know, I know it's hard for you, too. I mean, what, Philip's almost 18 and you're his stepmother, and that's a tough job. But just think, next time when Philip does something that'll drive you crazy, just remember he's just trying to find a place to fit in, something to be a part of, somewhere to belong. I mean, it might not make you any less crazy, but it may make you, you know, help you understand him a little bit better.
Oh, I'm trying to, really. Not just for Philip's sake, but for Alan's as well. Listen, I think I better get back to the house. Excuse me.
Well, I hope you didn't touch your specially ordered tea.
I know. I'm just edgy. I'm sorry.
All right.
Thank you, though.
Listen, if you need anything, just give me a ring, all right?
I will, of course. Bye-bye.
Listen, so long, Hope.
Bye.
All right, you. Tell me something. Do you mean all that stuff about always thinking about this place as your home?
Yeah.
Even taking into consideration my own emotional upheavals?
I didn't say it was perfect. I just said it was home. But I guess that's what's important.
Justin, could you try not to be so hard on Philip? He was just trying to get Rick out of a jam. You know, he did well in his exam, too. That's something.
Well, we'll see.
Okay.
I wonder who that could be. Philip has his own set of keys.
I'll get it for you. Well,
Hello, Evie.
hi.
Well, Justin, look who I just found.
How did you two come to arrive at the same time?
Well, we didn't, actually. I found him sitting in his car in the driveway as I drove up.
You have been sitting in your car. Why didn't you come in here? It's freezing out.
No, I had the heater on the car. I wasn't cold.
I guess I'll be going.
Yeah, well, thank you for everything, Evie. Wait a minute, where are you going?
I'm going upstairs.
Well, why don't you wait a second?
Yeah, to give you and Ross a chance to talk and all. Fine. Take care.
So long. Well, goodbye, everybody.
Yeah, thanks again for everything, Evie.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what I said about going easy on him. I'll see you, Justin. Good night.
Good night, Evie. So what's wrong with Philip?
It's a very long story. I'll tell you about it once the smoke clears. Look, can I make you a drink? I just made myself.
Yes, absolutely. You know, Justin, I think the world of Philip. I'm just sorry we haven't had the time to sit down and talk a little bit since he's been home. But with the holidays and my trip to Spain and everything, something always intervened.
You know, that's right. You just got home yourself. I've completely forgotten. Pardon my forgetfulness.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you.
So, how was the trip?
Very successful. Amanda was incredible. That country is incredible. And frankly, I see nothing but good things ahead for LTA.
Well, sounds great. Congratulations to my brother, the new oil baron.
Not quite yet.
But soon.
Yeah. Although, at the moment, I am only legal counsel for the company, but I must admit that both Amanda and Josh are considering me as a full-fledged partner, even though I don't have any money invested in it.
Listen, Ross, you stand to make more than a few dollars if this oil well comes in.
Oh, good Lord, if the well comes in, Justin. More than a few dollars. It's not going to come close to describing it.
Well, I've never had a fantastically rich brother before.
Me neither. It's not going to be easy, though. I mean, first of all, the risk is just incredible, and then there's one hell of a lot of planning and work to be put into it.
But Ross, that's where you shine. You are a great organizer.
Oh, thank you. But on the other hand, it could be months before we even have a hint of success.
Yeah, but that's true in any profession. I mean, you know that. I mean, I work very hard for my money, too. Don't let anybody tell you different.
I know how hard you work, Justin. Fact is, neither one of us has ever had anything just handed to us, and that's why I sometimes fantasize about what it would be like never to have to worry about money again, just to have it there whenever you wanted it.
I can't imagine.
Neither can I. But I'm willing to learn.
Yeah, listen, we might ask Philip in a couple of weeks when he turns 18, he gets the first installment on that trust fund that Brandon Spaulding set up for him.
Yes, that's right. Philip is going to be a very wealthy young man, which reminds me, you have a trust set up for Philip, too, you know.
Yes, but that doesn't come due until he's 25, and besides, it's just a drop in the bucket compared to what his grandfather set aside for him.
Well, that's not what I was talking about. You appointed Jackie as executor of Philip's trust, remember?
You know, I'd completely forgotten.
Well, so had I, until I had reviewed your files when I left Spaulding.
Well, what do I do?
Change executor, that's all. Have anybody in mind?
How about you? You get along with Philip very well. You're practical enough, you're not going to let him spend every nickel of it the minute he gets it.
Yeah, I'll do it if you want me to.
I want you to. Anyway, here's Philip now. Why don't we ask him if he approves?
Ask Philip what? You guys talking about me?
Yes, we were.
What?
Well, when you came to live with me, I put a little money aside in a trust fund for you. You don't get it until you're 25.
Well, thanks very much. That's great.
And Ross was just reminding me that we have to appoint a new executor. I thought that Ross would be a good choice, and I just wanted to check it out with you.
Well, sure, Ross seems fine, but I don't understand. Why do we have to have a new one? Who was the old one?
Jackie. I thought she was the best person at the time, but now that she's...
Yeah, sure. Ross will be great. That's fine. I'm gonna fix myself something to eat in the kitchen. Do you want it, Ross? Do you want something?
No, Philip, nothing for me.
Yeah, okay.
Hello, Rebecca.
Quentin. I've waited so long.
Yes. It's been a long time. I still can't believe it.
Believe what?
That it's over.
That I can speak. Quentin, I think now that it was my fear of losing you, of you being gone, that finally made me able to speak again. And I have you to thank for that. Oh, I've waited for you so anxiously.
No, let's not talk here in the foyer. Let's go into the library, please. We have a great deal to discuss.
Yes.
Now, Rebecca,
Quentin, please sit down. You're home now. Relax. Let me pour you some wine. I have it all
No,
chilled.
thank you. I do not care for any wine.
What's wrong? Aren't you pleased that I can speak again?
Of course I am. I'm very happy for you.
But you're wondering what I'm going to do now. Is that it? If I'm going to go to the police?
You have every right to go to the police. You must hate me a great deal.
Quentin, I could never hate you. You must know that by now. We've shared too much.
But that was a long time ago.
We're together again now, though, aren't we? Here, in the present. And with our whole future ahead of us.
No, Rebecca, we have no future.
No,
I don't know how many...
I don't want to hear it. Not tonight. Let's have some wine.
Now listen, Rebecca, please. I must hear it from you. I must hear it from your own lips.
Not
do you
tonight,
forgive me?
Quentin, not tonight.
Rebecca, do you forgive me? Can we finally forget all of this?
Never. We can never forget.
Philip, goodbye. I'm leaving.
Already?
Already. Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't.
Well, it's late. Very late, at least for me. Look, next time I come over here, I want to spend some time with you and talk a little bit.
That sounds great. I'm sorry. Please don't take it personally. It's just been one of those days.
Oh, hey, forget it. I have those days all the time. You take care of yourself. Justin?
Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Look, Justin, before you start in on me, please let me try to...
Philip, I do not need another explanation.
Yeah, but see, you haven't heard my side.
If you would just be quiet for a minute and let me get a word in edgewise.
Okay. Go ahead.
Now, I know you let Rick drive your car last night. And while he was driving, the police pulled him over.
Yeah, but that wasn't his fault.
Philip, look, the more you talk, the worse you're making this for yourself.
Well, okay. Then I'll shut up.
Thank you. Then you changed places with Rick when he got pulled over because you realized he didn't have his driver's license on him.
Yeah, well, if he had gotten pulled in and Dr... Sorry, I forgot.
However, you also forgot one other very important fact. You had been drinking. And when the police officer detected that, he took you down to the station house and promptly threw you in jail.
No. Not so promptly. First, they give me the old breathalyzer test to see if I've been driving under the influence. And then they fingerprint me, then they photograph me, and then they promptly throw me into jail.
Where you spent the night?
Yeah, and let me tell you something. That night seemed like it was about 2 weeks long.
And then you got out in the nick of time to race over to Springfield High and retake your physics exam.
Yeah, but I passed.
What was your grade?
What was my grade? Look, don't expect too much. Let's just say I did moderately well for someone who didn't know the first thing about physics a week ago.
Let me ask you one question. Was it worth it?
What, you mean studying for that test?
No, I'm talking about everything you went through last night and today.
It kept Rick out of jail. He's my friend. He'd do the same for me.
Okay. I'll buy that.
But?
No buts, no qualifications, no nothing. I admire what you did.
You do?
Absolutely. Took a lot of guts to do what you did for a friend.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling perfectly fine. I'm also very proud of you.
Well, I'll be damned.
Oh, why are you so surprised? You've done a great number of things that made me proud of you.
Yeah, come to think of it, I have. You know, I'm really kind of an exceptional guy when you think about it.
Philip, don't push your luck, okay?
Okay. I don't believe it. Thanks, Justin. That means a lot to me. I wasn't exactly sure what you were going to have to say.
Well, look, now that we have that behind us, what do you say we turn in, huh?
Hey, wait, I got a better idea. Why don't we go get a couple beers and we can celebrate? Huh? What do you think, huh? Beers? Or, oh, wait, maybe hot chocolate would be a better idea. Then we can kind of relax and celebrate at the same time.
Why don't you get in
Come on,
there?
you gonna mess with a hero here? Come on.
Ross, is that you?
No, it's Mark.
Hi.
I'm sorry, I just had to come back.
Well, you shouldn't have. You heard what Lieutenant Wyatt and Mike said.
Yes, and I also know how frustrating it was to be in the same room with you after a week apart, with all those people standing around, and not being able to say hello or to tell you how much I missed you.
I missed you too, so much. But I'm worried about you.
Me? Why?
Because of what Lieutenant Wyatt and Mike said.
They're just doing their job. Part of that job is to protect people.
Well, they might be right. There might be someone out there trying to hurt you.
Amanda, that's ridiculous.
No, it's not ridiculous. I mean, we all have enemies. Sometimes people we don't even know.
You trust me. If I had an enemy, I'd certainly know who he was.
This has been the award-winning Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South Southwest, and Barney's. Furs by the Christie Brothers.